At the center of the latest swirling war of words between the opposition leader Allen Chastanet and the Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Ernest Hillarie is the termination of the contract of the Chief Executive Officer of the Citizenship by Investment Program, CIP, Nestor Alfred. During his contribution to the debate of February 1st sitting of Parliament, the former Prime Minister, under whose ministry the CIP fell, accused the current administration of bullying Nestor Alfred into leaving the job as Chief Executive Officer of the CIP.
Just in the ministry, members from Miku, from Castries South, CIP, a professional. He was asked to terminate his contract early. He was bullied, and certain allegations were made by the minister about him.
Dr. Ernest Hillarie, who's the minister responsible for the Citizenship by Investment Program, took objection to the statement by the leader of the opposition and sought to explain why Nestor Alfred's contract was terminated.
The member from Miku South will say to this House that we bullied the CEO at CIP. And really say, Mr. Speaker, for the sake of clarification, there were a lot of issues relating to the conduct of the CEO at CIP, including being asked by a certain person to delete material from the server. And at the appropriate time, you will be asked to account and find out exactly how much you know about that. And that, among other things, led us to ask him to leave.
Newsforce sought to contact the former Chief Executive Officer of the CIP, Nestor Alfred, for comment, but was unsuccessful. On Monday, the leader of the opposition was on a program streamed on Facebook, during which he distanced himself from any suggestion of wrongdoing on his part. Chastanet said he never instructed anyone to delete the CIP files.
I challenge anybody to provide any evidence in which I directed the CIP board to do anything. If I directed the CIP board to do anything, was to strengthen their background checks and their governance.
The opposition leader, who was then the minister responsible for the Citizenship by Investment Program when Nestor Alfred was appointed to the post of Chief Executive Officer of the CIP, vouched for Alfred's integrity.
Nestor comes from a background of governance. He would not ever allow me to do that. And from what I understand, is that he didn't even have the codes to access the database. So it means that the person in charge of IT would have had to have done that. I hope that Nestor does something about it, because I think that Nestor allowed his contract to be terminated prematurely. And he thought he had done it on a mutual basis. And I think that he's very shocked to hear that the allegations that the minister is making.
The deleting of the CIP files is a serious matter. So, who deleted the CIP files? Under whose instruction were they deleted? And for what reason? These are all questions that the minister responsible for the CIP is determined to get answered. Stanley Lucian for the HGS News Force.